The year is 2026, the month July, and somehow we find ourselves in the age of Jimothy. Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, and today we're going to draw this squat little raccoon who has stolen our hearts, along with probably a lot of people's trash. The fact that a sweet little globe-shaped raccoon has somehow become like the emblem of all hope in America right now, that tracks. So I tried drawing Jimothy on watercolor paper with colored pencils. This is at the top right here, and it didn't really work that well. So I'm going to try painting Sweet Jimothy with watercolor. As I'm sketching this out, I'm actually not using a reference photo at all. I'm just going based on my drawing at the top of the paper. So I'm going to kind of carve out his little rotund form, give him a little raccoon snout. And I actually think this is still too long. I think he needs to be more bulbous. So let's give him a little ear and let's shorten him up a little bit. Yeah, that's it. As a Seattleite, it's fun to see people be so enamored with this little guy. Ballard is about 20 minutes from where I live, and love seeing him live his little life. This is going to be a pretty easy painting because I'm basically using one color. So I have Payne's Gray, and I'm doing a super light wash just as my base to get going and make sure his little bandit mask is colored in and his tiny little nose. And then what I'm doing with a mostly dry brush is just kind of softening the edges because this is actually baby Jimothy, and I really want him to be fuzzy, like as fuzzy as possible. So I don't want a bunch of hard lines. And while his body is still wet, I'm going in with a darker wash of this Payne's Gray and making sure to retain some of those highlights like on his tail and kind of at the top. His fur kind of looks like it's glowing. And right now I'm thinking about how I'm going to be able to have that kind of like fuzzy fur that kind of glows in the sunshine that, baby animals have, where it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a sweet little halo. But I will show you how I do that in just a second. I'm using darker and darker shades of the Payne's Gray to indicate his back leg. And oh, I put in that gray on his mouth and it looks like a little smile. That's so cute. Again, I'm softening everything. No hard edges here. Giving him some of that shadow on his belly. And I'm using my brush to kind of help feather out some of that, although the real help is going to come later with my gel pen, my trusty gel pen. Guys, when in doubt, use a gel pen. Just not even for art, just generally in life. I think a gel pen will probably at least help. Taxes, gel pen. I'm just kidding. Don't use gel pen on your taxes. While I love that he is a sweet little trending boy right now, I am really hoping against hope that people do not go too far and go to Ballard to try to find this guy. Like, this is a wild animal and he should never know that he's famous. Like, leave the animal alone. Just in case you are going to go do like a little Jimothy finding trip, I'm just going to tell you right now, let's not do that. Let's let him live his life. I think one reason why he's captured everyone's attention right now is especially when we see him just thriving in the wild with his shortened spine. It's really cool to see that like he can survive and be a successful little raccoon, even with his body looking a little different. And especially when we see the mom wrangling him along with his brothers and sisters and then just teaching him how to be a raccoon. I don't know. If he can do it, and if that mom can help her little boy survive, then gosh dang it, we can do it too. All right, I gave him a little box, a little background. And then again, I'm kind of feathering around his body so that it looks like he has some white hairs. I think he's looking pretty cute. My go-to for drawing animals is if you're stuck, start by tracing. Stick your paper against your phone or against your laptop and trace that outline. And then this is a really great one because you only are using one color. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry and then I wanna add in my finishing touches. But for that, I need to stop recording and look at the reference photo because I'm too lazy to go grab my laptop. So um, after this dries, I will point out to you the different things that I added from looking at the reference photo. Perfect. Okay, so the things that I added a bit more dark to these darkest areas. I kind of adjusted his nose a little bit, and I had also added some white for the eye, and then it did not work, so I kind of blotted it out. So we're going to try it again after looking at the picture. He has just the tiniest little dot. Oh, that looks good. And then he has just a little bit of reflection below. Okay. A little goes a long way when you're working this small. Oh, you don't touch it. You're done. He looks great. All right. You know how when you look at a picture of a baby animal and they have like darker fur, but then there's like an outer layer of fuzz that's white? I'm trying to figure out how to capture that. And I think gel pen is the answer, but I like using my gel pen and then just dabbing it with my finger to kind of soften that white line. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I just use normal white jelly roll that we all used in 4th grade. You do not need any fancy schmancy anything. You just need a jelly roll. And it is probably like one of my top 5 materials that I use when I'm painting. Game changer. Don't use it for your taxes. Oh, he's coming together. Cute guy. I honestly wish him the best. Long and happy life. I don't know how long raccoons live. Don't tell me. I don't want to be bummed out. But thank you, Jimothy, for giving us a little chuckle, giving us some life lessons, being a cute little guy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.